I'm going to be making baked macaroni and cheese. I'm going to boil water in this large pot. I'm going to be using shell noodles. We're going to wait till the water boils. Once your water is boiled, we're going to go ahead and pour the noodles into the boiled water. So I'm going to pour the shell noodles into the water, and I am using 2 boxes of shell noodles. You can use whatever noodles you'd like. You can use elbow noodles or whatever noodles you want to use. I prefer to use the shell noodles. So we're going to allow the noodles to cook. While the noodles is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven at 275. And I'm going to go ahead and shred my cheese. I'm using block cheese, and I like to mix my cheddar cheese. So I've got the mild, the sharp, the extra sharp, the medium, and I'm going to go ahead and shred the cheese. So I've shredded the cheese and I've mixed all the cheddar cheese together. Looks like my noodles are done. So I'm going to go ahead and drain the water out of the noodles. Once you've drained the water out of the noodles, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 stick of Land O'Lakes butter. And I'm going to go ahead and put it into the hot noodles. I'm going to allow the butter to melt into the noodles. So I'm going to mix the butter in the noodles. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and I like to use sea salt. Sprinkle some cheddar cheese. Add 1 can evaporated milk. Make sure you shake your evaporated milk. Add some more cheddar cheese. And you can use as much cheese as you want. And you're going to mix all this in there. Once you mix all this in there, we are going to layer the noodles and the cheese. We're going to do 2 layers. So I've got my 2 pans. I'm going to start with the first layer of noodles. We are going to spread the noodles evenly into the pan, the 2 pans. And after you spread your noodles evenly, we're going to go ahead and start the next layer, which is the cheddar cheese. So it's going to be noodles, cheddar cheese, noodles, and cheddar cheese. So 2 layers of each. So now I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle my cheddar cheese. So this is the first layer of cheddar cheese. You're just going to sprinkle it evenly. It's up to you on how much cheese you want to use. I like to use a lot of cheese. So we're going to go ahead and sprinkle it evenly. And after you get that sprinkled evenly, we are going to start with the second layer of the noodles. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and start with the second layer of noodles. So I'm going to put the noodles onto both pans, and we are going to spread them evenly. And after you spread them evenly, we are going to layer it with the final layer, which is the cheddar cheese. Alright, so now I'm going to do the final layer of cheddar cheese on top. And again, you can use as much cheese as you want, but the top layer you're going to want to use a lot of cheese. You want to make sure that it's evenly spread with cheese. After that, we're going to use another can of evaporated milk. Make sure you shake it very well. And I'm going to pour 1 can of evaporated milk evenly into both pans. So half and half. 1 can of evaporated milk. So after that, we are going to crack 2 eggs. I'm going to go ahead and crack it in a cup. And we are going to go ahead and beat the 2 eggs. And after you beat the 2 eggs, we are going to go ahead and use another can of evaporated milk. So So I'm going to go ahead and open up my evaporated milk. Make sure you shake it very well. And we're going to pour this evaporated milk into the cup of the 2 eggs, and we're going to mix it all together. Now I'm going to go ahead and pour the egg and evaporated mix on top of the cheese. And I'm just going to spread it evenly. Now I had some extra noodles and cheese, so I made another small pan of macaroni and cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit on there. And whatever's left, I'm just going to evenly put it on top of all 3 pans. And we are going to bake this at 275 for about 40 to 50 minutes. So here's your baked macaroni and cheese.